Bears. Mm-hmm. Bears. Bear. Bear. And, oh, got that bear. And, yeah, there we go. Lights on. Alright, Smokies. Let's get some information up and going, y'all. Dismiss. Not now. Dismiss. What we got, y'all? That's not proper. Back it up. Lee Harris, first feller in. How you doing? Evening to be rad, Randy. Good evening. Holy shit, y'all are flying by. Guy literally just got his ass parked out here. Holy shit! Bing da ding ding da ding. Got these spectacles on this evening. That ought to work. Alicia Coulter, hey now. We got some stuff and things to talk about this evening, don't we? It's gonna be great, I'm sure. Hopefully I got nothing in my teeth. The guy just literally shoved a friggin' Cato Pizza Submarino down my yap. Lakeland, Florida. Kevin Hawthorne, appreciate you. Evening, Mr. Pittman. Holy crap, they were flying by. Unflushed toilet country. Yeah. Oh, Clifford. Big D, fuck Joe Biden. Michigan farmers in the rud. Look at you on time. I'll be dipped. Evening and all you badass lions. Hell yeah, Todd. Appreciate you. Eric Bodel. Jeff Jordan coming in hot. Appreciate you. We were waiting for you right on. Hell yeah, B-Red. I couldn't believe I got out here on time neither. Guys, right on the money. Right on the money. Where do we even start? I don't even know where to start. So, I did get a chance to, look at some stuff and things. Betty Swain, evening. Let the bitching begin. Yeah, it's bitching. I mean, what else are we really going to do about it, really? Other than, obviously, we're all going to vote in November for an outlaw, which is neat. We're all going to be voting for a felon, unless we get some tweaker in here. Which, if we do this time, y'all with the blue wrenches, just calm your shit and let's, let them yap for a little bit before we fucking put the boots to them. That broad last night, I'd like to talk to her for a hot minute and just, sell me your president, your commie piece of shit, fucking, what are we now, a banana republic or something? Is that how it works? Communism, fascism, fascism. There we go, fascism. Proud to vote for a convicted felon. Hell yeah, me too. Cheers, appreciate you. So, was it Speaker Johnson was on Fox this morning. I just caught that one real quick. And guess he's been traveling all over the place or whatever. I guess campaigning for Trump in a way. Weird. So he hit 27 different states and umpteen different freaking cities or whatever. And again, like us folk here, I haven't ran into one blue-haired psycho fucking libtard yet. So there's a shit ton more of us than there is of them. The ones that they want to portray that are the majority on the TV, which we all know better than that. But people can see through it. They know it's fucking bullshit. So there's that. And he thinks that the Supreme Court should probably step in at some point. When that is, we don't know. So right now, we're kind of like in what we would call a holding pattern. What we got, and I'm sure you guys probably been digging through some shit. So we got jury selection for Hunter starts Monday. Really? I wonder if he'll get the same treatment. I wonder where's that at, Craig? Where's that jury being held at? I haven't paid attention much to that shit. But I'm curious to know. Driving a Mad Swiss, get her done, Mad Swiss, drive it, get her done, driver. I don't know where the hell you're driving to or from. Happy Pride Month tomorrow. Yeah, get fucked. Betty. Betty! Betty! No, no. Just heard on Fox, Roger. I was just watching them. They had the Speaker of the House on there talking about stuff and things about with Trump. So, and then I was watching Pat Beto David, and they were going through some scenarios and numbers and stuff and things. And of course, those guys, there's three of them there, and then they got like, a computer guy looking up stuff and things. Well, I got to be able to read, Jason. That's why I got these are just the glasses that were sitting out there. They're not my regular cheaters. Left those in the truck. Got to read the prints. So, anywho's, Pat David, they were talking about, tail end of next week. So, a week from today, they want to see some polls. Because that's going to be the telling thing for these idiot fucking Democrats is, what did this do to their polls? And what did this do to Donald Trump's polls? And all of us here in this conversation, the 93 of y'all that's already showed up in 4 minutes, which holy shit. Those polls are going to be super telling by the end of next week to see, that's going to be the Democrats, whatever that comes out to be, that's going to be the Democrats' next move. And of course, they had to throw in the unfortunate opportunity that if, and we all probably know, Trump donations raised over 35 million from 400,000 donors. God bless America. Yeah, I heard that today too, Farm Boy, that they shit ton of money. Oh, hell yeah, dirt guy, it helped Trump's polls immensely, I'm sure. But they want to see, like, from battleground states and stuff like that. And once the fucking Democrats see that didn't work, what do you suppose is the next step that they're gonna try? I'll wait a hot minute and see what you guys think in the comments. What do you suppose is gonna be the next thing that they would try if they can't get him convicted? Well, let's pause that for a second. But if by convicting him and now calling him a felon isn't going to work, and now his polls go through the roof, and they're not pulling the wool over the American people, what do you suppose that their next move is going to be? I have an idea. America has fallen. I too will be proud to vote for a convicted felon. Felon Trump 2024. Hell yeah, Kim. Well, Betty, I highly doubt that's going to happen. Not in this communist friggin' country or state rather. No pandemic. He's got something up in his friggin' martial law. Well, it could get that way. Pat's worried that they might kill him. I mean, what's next? They've gone from, oh, I'm gonna beat him to, I'm not gonna allow him to be president, and now it's gone to he will not be president. Oh yeah, it's Mike Johnson is going full bore on Biden next week. I hope. I mean, he better be worth his salt. So far this guy, I'm not really all that impressed with Mr. Johnson as House Speaker. So he had best fucking do something. Because right now they're saying, what was it? His conviction is 4 weeks, or not. I'm sorry, not 4 weeks, but 4 days before the Republican convention. But the thing is, they have no one else to nominate, so we all know damn well he's going to get the nomination. He's going to have it, That's why they call him the Teflon Don, Todd. They've tried a bunch of shit, and they still can't get him. They can't peg him. But my fear is the guy's, what, 77? Could be some mysterious illness or whatnot. Who knows? Who fucking knows how far do you suppose they're going to go to push their, I mean, they've already destroyed the judicial system in this country by this sham fucking, courtroom bullshit. They burned that down. So they don't care about nothing. All they care about is staying in power and pushing their agendas and lining the pockets of their buddies, rhinos and Democrats alike. So, and of course, Donald Trump scares the fucking Jesus out of them. The Dick Steele. Happy Friday it is. Trump will sell a crap pile of apparel. Felon equals street cred for Trump. Yeah, I mean it's funny, Husker, but yeah, he's got a ton of street. I mean, when he came down on the first case, I was watching videos from black folk on the street. Oh, he's one of us now. He caught a RICO case or some horse shit. And doesn't he have a bunch of other stuff he's still looking at too? Not just this 34, which now they're pushing. What was it? It's 4 years per charge. So now we're looking at 130 plus years or some shit. Yeah, okay. Not gonna happen. It's just disturbing, sickening, infuriating. There we go. It rolls off the tongue. Infuriating that we got to this point in this country, but it doesn't. I'm not surprised. Just like I said last night, I'm not surprised that this is happening. I believe Trump gets in and beats the deep state down. He is playing 5D chess. I hope so, Todd. I really do. I really hope so. I mean, again, like I said last night, I got that little anxiety in the back of my head, like, there's a possibility shit could go sideways, it could get bad or whatever. But I really hope he's playing chess and not checkers. I mean, these idiots. I mean, here's the other thing too. IH guy, what's up? Here's the other thing too is Ohio has not put Putinbrain on the ballot yet. Like the Democrats have not put him on the ballot in Ohio. Why are they waiting? Which is weird. And now the rhino governor out there has given them more time. So what are they waiting on? Do all of us in here realistically think that Papa Joe is going to make it to the finish line and to November 5th, to election day? Do we all sit here and honestly think that the Democrats are going to run that fucking piece of shit? So, they have more than one evil scheme plan. I mean, it's almost like watching a superhero movie with the fucking, Dr. Evil or some shit. Exactly, Farmer. Hell no, he ain't going to fucking make it. They're going to replace him. That's why they're waiting. So now, the plan is, all right, let's indict Trump. We're going to have him arrested. We're going to have him jailed or whatever. We're going to get rid of Putinbrain. And we're going to find somebody that all the liberal idiots will be like, oh, yes, we got to have him. Like, like a Big Mike. Exactly, Rod. Fucking exactly. Like Big fucking Mike. Which, what experience does that thing have other than fucking a president for 8 years? Someone explain me down that. Didn't it fuck up like children's lunches or something too, and that's pretty much it in the 8 years that lived in a house that slaves built? Remember that comment it made? Yeah, the fuck out of here. And I did, yeah, they are bringing this. Yeah, Todd, I heard somewhere, some way, some shit tale, there's some alleged legal way that they can swap camel toe for gruesome Newsom, because if they push in Big Mike, they got their DEI higher, right? You got your black, allegedly female, blah, 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 blah. So you can't just replace the president with another straight white cis male or whatever the fuck they call that word, that verbiage. But they can bring him in as vice president now, couldn't they? And then they could send old Camel Toe packing back to California. I don't know if that's going to fucking, come to fruition. I don't fucking know. But you know what? I wouldn't put it past them at this point. All of us sitting here in this conversation, I don't think any of us are really shocked about anything that's going on right now. But that, some calm heads have prevailed-ish. This is not the end of the world, which I knew it wasn't last night. It's just, infuriating. I don't know why I can't fucking say that, but it pisses me off that we've got to this point. But it doesn't surprise me that the Democrats and the rhinos would do this shit. And of course, there's only been a handful of Republicans that come out, as of today and support the president. Mike Johnson being one of them. Appreciate you. Jim Jordan, one of you folks told me last night, Jim Jordan had already had already come up, or had already came out and said something. Teddy Cruz was out talking. Um, I haven't heard anything from like Vivacary and the other, well, not like we give a shit what Haley would have to fucking say. But on the Pat Beto David show there, they were talking about, okay, worst case scenario, God forbid something happens to Trump. And now he's gone. And then they go to the Republican convention and they don't have a candidate. So the electorates or whatever would have to actually vote. So now we'd have all these other Republicans that were in play will be back in play, like Vivek and freaking DeSantis and that fucking Christy Haley or that dumb Haley fucking bitch. I'm hoping the Outlaw is gonna. I'm hoping, God willing, he has has really good protection, and I'm hoping the Outlaw is gonna be around to fucking vote for. Because really, that's their next Cord. I love that fucking name, Cord Oliver. Should be like a country singer, man. That's their next play, is to kill him or try to kill him. Let's get him in prison. I mean, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, I think, when I did another live stream, or maybe it was on a recorded one, when they raided Mar-a-Lago and some fucking dipshit judge said that, the use of deadly force was authorized. What do you think they were trying to do then? They were waiting for something to pop off, even though he'd already invited them into the house prior to that. I mean, deep down, I guarantee there's a good handful of these fucking psychos that are trying to kill him. Guarantee it. The most rhinos would love for Trump not to get in. They know if he does, they're... Oh, fuck yeah, Todd. They're all fucking next. They're all fucking next. Guy talks so much, the cigar goes out. Holy mother of God. Had to get me a half a pint. Appreciate it, Charles. I try to speak I speak my truth, I guess, or at least the truth that's translated through what I have left of common sense and eyeballs and see shit. I mean, as far as I know, the charges they brought him up on from 2000, it was some allegedly clerical error. So, supposedly he paid off Stormy Daniels with with election money, I guess. There you go. I can't remember the words now. Fucking tripping in my brain right now. $130,000. I was just scrolling through today, and Bill Clinton paid off fucking Paula Jones $580,000, and she was on national television flipping the fucking check. So when they dragging Billy Clinton in for the same problem, the same thing, then there's something that Obama had used. Obama had to pay back the FEC, which was the Federal Election Committee or something, because he fucked around with funds. When's he getting drugged through court? I mean, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, right? But oh no, they don't play by those fucking rules. And then I guess it was some cocksucker that was working for the DOJ, I can't remember his fucking name, literally left that cushy job with a great pension to go work in Manhattan and take over this specific case. Sure. So the Biden administration had nothing to do with this, right? Meanwhile, the judge was a Biden supporter. And they pulled 12 jurors off the street in New York City. Shocker. Them fucking idiots been brainwashed for the last fucking 8 years. Of course they weren't gonna fucking... And they didn't even get all the information that they needed. So it's no question that, yeah, guilty. And then I guess the judge had to cover his mouth probably because he was smiling ear to ear like a piece of shit that he is. There's not one court in this land where you could get, a jury that wouldn't be biased one way or the other. He's too polarizing in this country. There's no fucking way. They set the precedent now. Time to change them out. Yeah, yeah, Betty. They did. I was arguing with some. I followed this page on Facebook just to fuck with them, and they're all, "Yay, yay, he's a felon," blah blah blah, and just clapping away. It's like, well, they set the precedent, so you reap what you sow. It wouldn't be all that funny if it was a Democrat that was getting this done to, a former Democrat president that was being run through the fucking court system under some banana republic fucking court, because that's what they'd be screaming to the top of their fucking lungs, wouldn't it? And, and if that was so, if it was so, they would have burned that fucking city down last night. If we all noticed, New York didn't burn to the ground last night, right? Did any city across the country burn to the ground after this breaking news about President Trump being, found guilty? No! But when a drug addict piece of shit dies of an overdose in the street while he's resisting arrest by a white cop, we gotta burn the whole fucking country down, don't we? Are we all figuring it out yet? Are we all getting it? Flags up down, you can't see it, but are we fucking getting it now? I mean, I'm pretty sure all of us in this conversation have gotten it by now. We all fucking got it. All the precedent. Todd, I was trying to go through the comments this morning before I left for work, and holy shit, boy, I couldn't keep up with it. They were going. I scrolled through about probably 30 of them, and then a guy had to get his ass to work, and then I literally got home like an hour ago, about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, took a shower, got some yap, and some food down my yap, and here I am. And I tried to watch a couple of YouTube videos and some Instagram stuff this afternoon to get some sort of picture on what the fuck we're talking about and what the hell we're dealing with. But from what I can understand, it's a freaking, the statute of limitations on the alleged law that he broke is only for 2 years. That was back in 2017. That's it. Oh, it's back again. Jesus, he's about ready to pick up the phone and head to the shop. I got a hot rod Wi-Fi waiting on it still, a router rather, for more better interwebs, because right now I'm sitting here with I got the door open and I'm using the house Wi-Fi, which is way to fucking there. The tablet's working. We're working. Should be back. Major buffering. Yep, great. Oh, I'm sure I doubt it's YouTube that's fucking with my internet, but I wouldn't doubt, I get throttled with stuff. That's why I try to put, the titles for videos. I try to, you got to monkey with those to try to get some travel on YouTube, because, if you put the wrong thing in there, then, get fucked. Oh, well, here we go. What's that got? I'm going to click on the link here. Oh, why? Open the default browser. Open. All right, Todd. Let's see what you got here. What are you sending me? Oh, Twitter stuff. All right. Precedents established by President Trump. Presidents and former presidents can be impeached. Presidents and former presidents can be forced to reveal tax and business records. Presidents and former presidents lose executive privilege. Presidents lose attorney-client privilege. These are precedents established by President Trump. Presidents can be subpoenaed by partisan committee. Oh, this is the precedent they set in this kangaroo court. That's what this is about. Got it. Roger. Presidents and former presidents lose the right to jury trial. VP no longer has authority to question validity of disputing electoral votes. The losing party no longer has authority to submit contingent electors when results are disputed. Presidents and former presidents don't have presidential immunity. Well, there you go. There's the precedent. I didn't think I read them all, but yes. That's what, yes. Oh, I like that, the chest. I like the chest picture. The chest picture, though. That's freaking dope. And we're still good. Are we still good? I think we're still good. Oh, come on, you fucking piece of shit. There we go. Jesus. Listening to talk radio earlier today here in South Carolina. Buzz's Tricky Nikki is fixing to get back into running. Oh, great. Of course she would, because she's just a rhino. She's just a Democrat shill anyway, so why wouldn't she? 5 by 5, we're doing good. Okay, the door is open. Tablet's got wide open, Wi-Fi, so as long as that's showing, we're good. Yeah, log pile. I got a couple little hate messages from that last night, but I had some cow tell me that I should take my happy ass to Russia. I just told her that I'd probably be safer over there. Legit. And then I had another some veterans say that we're not in distress. You're not. You don't have to worry about where your food's coming from and blah blah blah. Well, yeah, that would be a third world country where people have to worry about how they're going to eat and all this other happy horse shit. Right now, this is like, our back door is open. Well, here, let me just go through. Let me find. I emailed myself a bunch of stuff and things. If I can find my email, here we go. Let me just pull up the state of the union if I can find it. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Dismiss. No thanks. No thanks. I said no thanks. No thanks. That's because it's that email. Image. Oh my God, where is it? Oh shit. Of course it's on the channel's friggin' email. And I emailed it to my business one. Oh, for fuck's sake. Wait, one. Manage accounts on this or that? Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Waiting. Hold on. I found it. Here we go. As long as I had the screenshot, let me see if I can open this up. All right. So here's the state of the union right now as we're sitting. So Epstein's clients walk free. Mayorkas allowed an invasion of the border. Pelosi's rich from insider trading. Hunter is a crack addict. Hunter is a crack addict with hookers, and let alone money to the big guy in his dealings with Ukraine. Stephen DeAnciano stays the Whitmer Fednapping on Jan 6th. That's right. Yep, I remember that one. Peter Zork and Lisa Page weaponized the FBI to get Trump. Fauci lied about funding gain of function that created the COVID-19 virus. Cuomo killed 11,000 grandmas in elderly care during the pandemic. Pfizer and Moderna lied about the safety of the mRNA jabs, and Planned Parenthood sold aborted baby body parts. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of where we're at still in the State of the Union in the country. So that's fine. Sure, everything's great. What else did I say myself? Oh yeah, the first felony conviction of a former U.S. president wasn't for the Iraq or Afghanistan wars, illegal CIA coups, drone striking weddings, or spying on Americans. It was because Trump misclassified a $130,000 payment for a porn star's NDA. Do we need to know anything else? Probably not. Joke. Hunter is suing Fox for calling him a crackhead. Well, the truth hurts, doesn't it? Fucking tards. America is the laughing stock, Craig. Yep. We are hilarious. Well, at least our leadership, if that's what you want to call it, which I can't stand it, are voted in representatives. They're not leaders. They're voted in alleged representatives of the people. Are laughing stocks. I mean, I watch what is the name of that news program? They posted on YouTube. They're from Australia, and they have a segment called "Lefties Losing It," or they'll have one, at least once a week, talking shit about Biden. That's an Australian news network talking shit about how our government is being ran. Yay! Yep, all that in the Poros, Soros borders, or open borders. I get you, Anthony. I know what you're trying to say. Sky News, that's it, Betty Swan. You watch them too, don't ya? Oh yeah, there was a couple of clips on tonight. It's freaking I think Trump should sue the View for all the false shit they say about the whole Trump. Oh yeah, and not just Trump. Who else was on there not too long? Morgan Freeman was on there and got pissed off at those stupid bitches. This is just another thing. Look over here while they do shit over. Yeah, Tyler. Well, this one is like, hey, look what we just did. This should, Orange Man, super bad. Look, he's a convicted felon. And that's going to backfire like a motherfucker. It already has. We've already discussed that, he made, $350,000 in 10 hours or some shit to campaign donations or whatever, pissed off Americans pulling out their fucking wallet. Everything's still a joke. I'm still nervous about where we're going to be at so now, let's see, his conviction, or sentencing rather. His sentencing is in July, 4 days before the RNC. The first alleged debate is in June, which is tomorrow. June, 27th, I believe, is allegedly the first debate. Where's that going to be? I mean, I don't even know. Is Trump allowed to even leave New York? I don't know if he's under house arrest. I haven't even heard that part. The only thing that's really bugging me, and maybe because it's ScrewTube or whatever, because I follow all the conservative shit on the ScrewTube as well. I haven't, Benny Johnson, Pat Beto, David, Megyn Kelly last night. Like, a lot of the big names had stuff out, but I'm not seeing a ton of other stuff. So I don't know if people are hands off or if they're just being throttled, because we all know how Google and YouTube work. We only got we got 162 of y'all in there, so that's cool. It keeps on bouncing around, probably because I'm buffering. He is free until he gets sentenced. Roger, Betty. Okay, so I'm assuming that he's back down to Mar-a-Lago. So then he will be free to go to this debate, which I'm sure. And then was it on PBD? They were saying they wanted to take bets on how many times Biden calls him a felon. RNC should nominate Trump on July 4th. Yeah. That would be some patriotic shit right there, Jack Lee. I mean, I don't understand why they, of course it's probably, they gotta wait and there's, whatever. They gotta wait till the actual day. Even though all of us know who the nominee is gonna be. Guy's got sawdust in his eyeball still, and I got a really shitty carpenter's tan. Yep. Everything's fine. Situation normal, all fucked up. And that means I get a new one. I only brought 4 out, so, I'm only allowed 2 an hour or something. And we've only been here a half an hour, and I'm already on beer number 2. Great. Tonight's gonna be great. Northern Wisconsin. What's up, Bristol guy? It's a clusterfuck. You damn straight, Todd. You're damn straight. The animal. I forgot. I didn't see that comment. How big of a joke is Canada with our clown? Trudeau, liberal. Oh, yeah. We're catching up, animal. I tell you what, we're catching up. I mean, the only difference between, at least yours isn't a senile old man. He's just out there being a fucking retarded cuck. Where our guy, he has to read pause in the notes on his fucking cue cards or his fucking on the screen there. Pause. And then he doesn't know which way to go afterwards. Everything's great. It's fine. The RNC is trying to change the nomination date to the 4th. Really? So that's no bullshit. The 4th of July. Well, wouldn't that be fucking stellar? Restitution. Hell yeah. Those are not working tonight. I can tell you that right now. Message retracted. The hell, Todd? You fucking typing like a bastard or what? So, I think we're going to be, trying to be optimistic here, which I'm not one to be optimistic about nothing. He's guilty until proven guilty by their standard. Yep, you're damn right, Craig. You're damn right. So, again, that's why I will, we should make it a drinking game when this debate happens. You have to take a shot or a friggin' take a hit of the beer every time fucking Biden calls him a fucking felon. Or how many times, the lamestream media will fucking call him a felon from here on out. Another joke. That's all right, Todd. I can read non-spelling. I can't spell for shit neither. Elon Musk X to stage town hall with down. When is that, Jack Wee? Because I haven't downloaded the X on my new phone yet, so I gotta get that downloaded. Even though my youngest son said that his we'll just call it Twitter. His Twitter feed was hammered with Trump support after this bullshit yesterday. So yeah, smash the thumbs up. I appreciate you. We got 173 of you in here. That's cool. Thought it was gonna, guys trying to get to that 200 mark. We're about 30 folks shy, give or take. That'd be cool, but whatever. That's fine. People got shit to do on a Friday. There'll be no debate. They will stop it. You think so, Craig? You think they're going to stop the debate? I mean, right now there is no audience. They're going to cut the mics off, and then they're not allowed to interrupt each other. Well, Trump's not allowed to interrupt Joe Biden. Let's be honest. I can't remember what some of the other bullshit fucking mandatory garbage. Oh, I just emailed the RNC to change the convention to July 4th to nominate Trump before July 11th. Everyone needs to do the same. Send me that email, Kim. I don't know the email address for the RNC, but I'll do that shit. Well, Lee, I have no idea where Mr. Farmer's at this evening. I know he's as far as the farm work goes, he's busier than a cat burying shit. He's got a couple other things going on his plate that I'm not particular to talk about here. So if he wants to talk about it later down the road, then I guess y'all gonna have to make sure you're subscribed to his channel, which I'm sure you are. But Farmer's got shit going on. So if he ain't in this conversation this evening, I don't blame him. It's no big deal over here. They have to keep the kindergarten rules for the kid sniffer. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, there you go, Markle. Mm-hmm. Is he planting beans? He put a video out. How was it, yesterday? Day before yesterday, he had a video that came out, but a lot of his videos are stored up over days. So what he's actually doing today, or video, who knows what he's doing today? Work on this thing this weekend, or are you waiting for parts? What do I got to do? I might do some monkeying with the car. I gotta figure out. There's bolt holes in the rocker panels for the outside parts of the seat belts, but I have no holes on the inside, so I gotta get I gotta figure out how to put the seatbelts in it, basically. And I need a windshield. Once the windshield's in, the seatbelts are in, I can put the carpet in, I can put the seats back in, and then we might as well go bring paperwork to the DMV and hopefully it's not stolen. Because all I have is a registration that was last put on the road in 1981. So we'll see how far we get with that. I'm sure I'll be doing something with it, Jason. I don't know what yet. I'm sure there'll be something with it. Well, they should. As far as Biden's freaking daughter's diary, last I knew it was true and accurate, but because it's against a Democrat politician, we don't hear anything about it. Same with his son's laptop. That information is to be, subversed and not spoken about ever, never, anywhere to let anyone know about it. That's where the diary is at. With the laptop. It was her diary and wants it back. I say finders keepers. Yeah, no shit. You don't need seatbelts if you drive like a little old lady to church. Well, where I'm going to be taking it, a guy needs seatbelts. They kind of like, at the drag strip, they want a guy who had seatbelts in it. Anyone heard anything about the other builders, investors in New York City? Well, I know they've all the major ones, Hillbilly, have pulled the fuck out because they don't want, that was from the other indictment from old Fannie Willis or whatever the fuck her name was, I believe, from his real, overpricing his real estate. And that scared the shit out of most of them. They fucking bounced. Barb's foot get better. I didn't know something was wrong with Barb's foot. I gotta keep up with farmers' videos. Jesus, I'll catch a little bit here and there, but I squirrel out and I end up fucking this, that, and the other god blessed thing. I guess I better check in on him over there and see how Barb's foot's doing. I didn't know that something was wrong with it. Oh, Letitia James. Yeah, that was that freaking bitch. Everything's a crock of shit. Everything. It's all fucking, it's all loophole, backdoor bullshit for this trial, for the 34 indictments. We all know that garbage. So hopefully here in the next, what was it? Pat Beto said that that June is going to be like the, like the test bed of how this whole verdict plays out for both parties, which I'm thinking that it's going to play out really well for Trump. I mean, obviously the donations come pouring in last night, and all this is going to do is push the people that were maybe in the middle and just kind of like, I'm not sure. I'm almost guaranteed that's going to push them over the edge and be like, this was a sham. We know it's a sham. Every American with an ounce of common sense in their head knows that this was bullshit, and they still charged him. Still found him guilty. I mean, I would hope and pray that there's Americans out there that can see through this shit, and it was just his support is going to go through the fucking roof, and it's going to backfire immensely on these fucking piece of shit Democrats that are trying to just stay in power and cover up their secrets because they're scared shitless. We had the Twitter files. I talked about this last night. We've had the Twitter files. So what if when Trump gets elected, he puts someone in there and we get the CIA files and FBI files, we figure out, well, what about those 33,000 emails that somebody fucking deleted on a personal server? But there was no judge and jury over that either. They're scared that all their fucking sicko, evil, crooked, money laundering bullshit is going to be brought out in the open for the American people to finally see, because after the pandemic, some people are really starting to wake up and question everything. And I think the thems and theys that are in power can feel it and see that shit, and they're fucking shaking in their space boots. What are we going to do? We got to get these people back in line. We can't have him. He's for the people. We got to get rid of him. they don't want us to know the truth. Yeah, you're damn right, Michigan farmer. They don't want, and some of us do know the truth, and it's infuriating. Get fucking pissed because I know the fucking truth on a lot of this shit, and no one cares, or no one has time to care. Oh my God, my dad is Anthony Hengst. My dad has built a billboard supporting Trump right next to the highway. Hell yeah, northern Wisconsin supports Trump and Eric Hoved, sure. And take away Ohio from Biden. There is no way he loses. If he does, it will be totally obvious. Oh, they're gonna cheat like a fucker, Todd. I guarantee it. But at least this time around, they don't have the mail-in ballots. You know, the pandemic to scare people into the mail-in ballots, and all of a sudden, you know, they stop counting at 11 o'clock, and then the next morning, all of a sudden, there's a fuck ton of votes for Biden. Or they open up a ballot box, and they're all stacked in there, all neat like, and 90% of it's for Biden. That wasn't suspicious at all, right? Right. Sure, it wasn't. We know the truth because Trump exposed them. Yeah, he tried like hell, Greg. He tried like hell. You know, 2 impeachments, all the bullshit he had to fucking deal with. Imagine if he was left alone, how much would have been fucking exposed. I hope fucking karma's coming, Trucker Tom. I really do. I really do. I watch Cash Jordan all the time, farm boy. Hell yeah. I that's how I keep up with all the garbage that's happening in New York City. That kid, that young fella right there does a great job with his YouTube videos, and he's very informative. He's informed. He's not putting out, you know, bullshit information. I love that fucking channel. Those of you that, you know, live in communist New York, and, you know, even though I don't care about New York City, but I've been saying this for a while, you can only put so much shit in a 5-gallon bucket before it fucking spills over. So it's best to know what's coming. Because let alone all this garbage that we have with Trump and this fucking sham trial garbage, let's not forget about the back door being wide open and the invasion that we have in this fucking country. Now, I'm not saying that every single swinging dick that comes across the border is a piece of shit criminal. No, but they still broke the fucking law. Oh, seeking asylum, AOC. Fuck you, you dumb bitch. If you want to seek asylum, you go to a port of entry. But now, the whole goddamn thing's a port of entry, I guess. Because the only thing that we have Border Patrol for is processing. Not catching and fucking sending back. They're for processing. So there's that problem. So let's not forget about that. Don't burn the fucking place down. That wouldn't be good. Are you getting it yet, B-Rad? I hope there's a fuck ton more Americans there fucking getting it, and I need to get their asses out and fucking vote. I know what this household's fucking doing. Hell yeah, Jack. I don't know if he puts one out every day. I catch him like every other day. He's got one out. There are 171 in the chat. Let's send the RNC 171 emails. Well, put that email out here, Kim. Let's fucking see it. I gotta remember that son of a bitch down. I got pad and paper right here. Let's do it. What's the RNC's fucking email address? Suspicious that most of the illegals are young single men. Isn't that? Yeah, that is quite suspicious, isn't it, Betty? And we don't. Those of you know, it hasn't been really reported on, but there's been a fuck ton of Chinese that have gone into California. Well, I'm sure that's fine too. I'm sure. Spitfire Mike, Mr. Orange's biggest mistake from day one. He didn't clean the house. Yeah. Well, he didn't really get a fucking chance to clean house. He was too busy fucking defending himself, and he didn't. And I think this time around, you know, experience is the best. You know, whether it's a good experience or a bad experience is the best way of learning shit. So I think Trump has learned a lot of fucking lessons from his first 4 years, and especially how politics works. I'm sure he had a decent idea, but now he really knows how politics works and how fucking nasty it is. Fucking nasty, lying, evil motherfuckers. So he's going to surround himself with people that he can trust and are fucking, as he calls them, killers. And hopefully he'll be able to get more of his policies pushed through because he won't have to deal with all the fucking bullshit. And he won't have one little Anthony Fauci whispering in his ear some other fucking bullshit. There's another motherfucker needs to be publicly executed for all the murders he's caused across the world. But oh no, what have we heard about that little fucking cocksucker lately? Nothing. Trump pulled a rabbit out that I want him to as VP. It's over for the Dems. Oh, I hope it's yeah. It should be over already, really. Should have been, but they know how to cheat better. And let's not kid ourselves. Let's not fucking pretend. You know, we have an infestation of fucking rhinos up there in the House and in the Senate that don't have our best interests in mind either. Let's not forget about those fucking cocksuckers either. Those people need to be held accountable as well and shit canned. I think every single House seat is up for grabs in November. So we gotta do our diligence, our due diligence, and investigate these motherfuckers before we just write Republican down the fucking line. You know, we gotta test these motherfuckers, make sure they're worth a fucking shit. Because we all know they're just gonna spend a fucking eternity up there. God forbid we can get term limits on any of these fucking money grubbing evil fucks. God, I can't stand them. Connie doesn't like Vivek. I can appreciate that. I've been watching him and his story hasn't changed. I think he still belongs in the cabinet somewhere. I think he would have Trump's back. You know, if the guy was really, really malicious and really had a plan, he wouldn't have bowed out of the race and supported Trump literally at the New Hampshire. They were in New Hampshire when I guess he'd done that. What the hell is that? I can't keep track of everything. Tucker for VP. That's funny that somebody was just on his podcast talking about that. I think if he was asked by Trump, he probably would. And that's the other thing, too. That was like a huge deal not too long ago. Everyone was talking about the VP pick. And now we haven't heard anything. And, you know, the RNC is coming up-ish. I mean, we got another month and change. Unless we, a month and change. Especially if they move it to July 4th. That'd be really cool. So, who is the VP? Because right now, with all this garbage going on, let's just say, for instance, that he does go to jail. But he's still allowed to run for president, and let's say he wins. Wouldn't we want a very, very, very strong vice president? I mean, they're going to have to conduct day-to-day business in whatever prison he goes to. I mean, I can't even fathom that fucking scenario in my head right now, but I guess it's a possibility. It's not out of the realm of impossible. There we go. Oh yeah, Craig. I heard rumor that he was. It was kind of, I never watched the show, but that TV show he was on there. That was how the interviews were going. Was kind of like how the TV show was. Like the interviews that he was conducting himself, I guess, were pretty intense for vice president. But if they have a pick, I tell you what, they've been keeping it under wraps pretty fucking good. David Fielder, if Trump loses this election, it's on. He is giving 100% for this country and our freedom and liberty. He is a strong leader, speaks with confidence. You're damn right, David. I mean, who else would put themselves through this shit? I mean, he's obviously he still has plenty of money. He could have hung it up and just gone to Mar-a-Lago and said fuck it and played golf. But instead, he's put himself out there to be ran through all of this fucking shit at 77 years old. You know, the stress, I cannot believe the way this guy handles stress. At least in the public eye, he doesn't even barely look tired. And he's 77. 155 out of 181 watching. We got 181. Oh, 185. Oh shit, boy, we might be able to break 200. That'd be cool. Yeah, Jack, we the founding fathers were felons, and most of them went through fucking hell. Their houses burned, they were in prison, their families were killed, and they were all in their 30s. Late 30s, maybe I think a couple of them might have been 40, but most of them were young and spent the rest of their lives not loving life much. I mean, some of them made out okay. I mean, we had a couple of them that ended up being president, but most of them during that time I know were persecuted something fierce during the revolution. So yeah, I'm down for voting for a felon. Fuck them. Mike Lindell for VP pick, not a politician. I'm down with that, Jason. I mean, I know the guy, that guy has conviction, but I mean, and he's a good businessman as well. But I think, I think we've talked about this before, that the VP pick needs to be someone that can carry on, if you want to call it the Trump legacy or the Trump movement, the MAGA movement, or, the American People First movement. Because we all know if and when he does get elected again, we only got him for 4 more years, and then what? Then who's next? Who's on deck? Ron DeSantis? Not really. Not feeling that guy much. I mean, he's doing great things in Florida. Stay in Florida for a while, bud. Maybe get some more experience. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe in 4 years he'll sing a different tune or whatever, but I don't see anyone, at least in our experience in the 4 years that we had Trump, anyone that could turn the country around. Literally, it seemed like overnight, within 24 hours, I mean, shit. Fucking gas is $3.40 here. 4 years ago, I was paying $1.67. America's favorite felon. Hell yeah. Need to make a shirt. You're right, Jackie. Trump needs someone he can delegate to. A strong leader needs people, subordinates underneath him that are just as strong and can, you give an order or you give a direction and they can take it and run with it. And exactly that's what they need. Because literally, I mean, in my adult life, a vice president, what's the vice president ever really done? They're more like a figurehead. God forbid something happens to the president, they're there to take over. Okay, great. I'm sure they do some stuff and things. They go on some talk shows here and there and whatever, and sing the praises of whatever president that they're with. But what do they really do? We need somebody with some fucking balls. But then again, Trump is a little bit of a pompous ass and doesn't want someone to take the show on him. But I think he's starting to kind of calm down a little bit on that. He's not as over the top. I mean, yeah, his speeches and his rallies, yeah, of course he's going to be over the top because he's trying to get people riled up and all that good stuff and things. But as far as like the crazy soundbite, like you be in jail and all the the mean tweets, which I love the mean tweets, by the way. But I think he'd be a lot more. That's the word. Reserve isn't the word I'm looking for. I'm trying to come up with a word, but I think y'all know what I'm getting at. He's kind of calmed down a little bit, and he's learned from the first 4 years, like we were just talking about. He's learned from mistakes. I mean, he's a businessman from New York City that pretty near built that fucking city. I mean, I watched a YouTube clip, or maybe it was on Instagram, on how the city, it was like back in the early 90s, the city didn't have the money for a Veterans Day parade, and he pulled out his checkbook and wrote a check for $200,000 and then went and beat down the door of every other rich businessman in the city and had them write a fucking check. And they had, I can't remember how many millions of dollars they came up with or it was close to $1 million for a Veterans Day parade in New York City. It was like one of the best ones they ever had. But no one talks about that kind of shit that he did, right? Oh no, because Orange Man's fucking bad. Jim Jordan has been compromised. I don't know hardly any of them up there, Todd, that haven't been compromised, really. I mean, Jim Jordan puts on a great show. You know, he's always up there screaming and not screaming, but, hollering at all these cocksuckers. But whatever happens to him, we see it on the TV, all these senators and House representatives, berating all these people, catching them in the I got you, whatever, and then nothing ever happens. Tulsi Gabbard, I tell you what, SJG, that would check all the boxes. He's got the diversity hire, female, woman of color, all that shit. But I tell you what, she's coming around. She's coming around for me. She's been on Joe Rogan a couple of times. I like the way she talks. I think she's truthful. I think she speaks from the heart. She's not some, she literally left the Democrat Party because she's seen how wacko they were. They were fucking psycho and couldn't fucking handle it anymore. Roseanne will be funny, but I don't think Rosie's a little. I watched her podcast, and even I've been down all the rabbit holes, and she can get a little out there. I love her, love listening to her, love watching her podcast, but I don't know if she'd do all that well as a vice president. That might be hard to handle. Yeah, we got a couple of Tulsies in here. I like Tulsi as well. I mean, look at those poor people out in Hawaii. Speaking of Tulsi, she's from Hawaii. And those poor people out there, one check for $700, and they're still waiting. But meanwhile, we've given $650 billion, I think it is, to Ukraine. How much money have we forked out for all these illegal immigrants that aren't even American citizens? We have a crazy homeless and drug epidemic. Let's not forget about the fentanyl pouring across the border, killing millions of Americans a year. That's fine too, right? They don't care. She was not a log pile. I believe she was in the medical field in the Air Force. I think it was Air Force. I don't believe she was in the Army. But she had deployed, but I don't think she was a pilot. I think she was in the medical field. Brandon Herrera. Fucking AK man, hell yeah. Love me some Brandon Herrera. He's fighting a good fight down in Texas, Matthew. I don't know where he's at. I know he had that fucking piece of shit rhino in a runoff. I'm not sure where they're at with it yet. I flipped by like an update last night, but I was looking for more stuff on Trump. So I'm not sure where he's at. So if you got some information now, Matthew, let a guy know, because I'm not sure where they're at with that whole runoff deal. I hope he gets a seat. I mean, Christ almighty, it's Texas. And we got rhinos in Texas. It's not really a shocker, but I mean, come on, man. Shit. It would be difficult to find anyone already in Washington, D.C. that isn't being blackmailed. You're damn right, Kim. That's why we haven't gotten the Epstein list. Of course. That's why. They've all been black. Everyone has something on them. Everyone up there. He doesn't fuck around. Yeah. I don't know how old the guy is, but I think the one Kennedy is a straight shooter, not JFK. But you mean you're not talking RFK, are you, Jay? Because I've seen some stuff and things on RFK. I think that's who you're talking about, is RFK, not JFK, actually. After Sleepy Joe running the show, we can handle just about anything. Yeah, yeah, Jason, you're kind of right about that. I mean, look at Camel Toe, that fucking babbling hyena. I'm sure Roseanne would put her to shame. At least she can string a sentence together that is coherent, that makes sense. Not just fucking cackling hyena that speaks in circles. Can't stand that fucking dumb bitch. 199 in the house. We're almost there to 200. That'd be a POB. POB, personal best. Yeah, personal best. There we go. PB for me. I don't think I've ever broke 200. 199. We're almost there. We need one more. 200. Woohoo! 200 people in. I'll be dipped. Appreciate y'all coming out on a Friday. Appreciate you talking about stuff and things. trying to figure out, what's happening next and all that good shit. Yeah, hit that like button or whatever. Helps the guys' algorithms out. Let's get, because the more we get this out there, one, we can get more people to conversate with, and two, maybe, just maybe, we get someone in here that, doesn't have our views, and we could really have a discussion. As long as y'all didn't kick them out first. That would be neat. I like yellow buses and Venn diagrams. Yeah, yellow buses. I say yellow buses. Oh my God. Anyone that looks, what is her numbers have been in the 20s. She's the worst vice president ever. Joe Biden is going on to be the worst president ever. Oh my God. That's why I have more faith, not faith, but I'm more convinced that they're going to swap Papa Joe out with someone else before November than they can get Trump in prison. I have more faith in that actual scenario happening than Trump going to prison and not being able to, one, run for president, and two, be the president. 205. Damn, we're just climbing. Dig it. Let's go. Hell yeah, bud. Friggin' digging it. I'm digging it. What about Colion Noir and Kyle Rittenhouse for VP, or just, Kyle Rittenhouse is what, barely fucking 21 now? Maybe he's 20 something. And Colion, I watch him. I watch his videos. He's a 2A guy, which we need those people. We need those people ringing that bell like crazy too. And that's another major issue in this country that's going in the shitter. The Second Amendment is on fucking life support, right there with the First Amendment at this point, especially when it comes to, social media apps and whatnot, unless we're on X. If I could figure out how to go live on X, to do this on X, I would do that, which I thought Elon was trying to figure out how to do. I don't know. Kyle in there for something, maybe like Homeland Security. He knows how to get it done. Kyle Rittenhouse for Homeland Security, everyone. Fuck yeah. I trust Tulsi because I was a Democrat years ago, so like her, know how bad the Democrats have changed for the worse. Oh yeah, I just seen today. I don't know if it was a recent, like as of today or this week video, because it's hard to tell when you're scrolling through. I think it was on TikTok. So those of you who are on TikTok, just look a guy up. This Lions Den 45 on TikTok. If you're on there before they ban it, I jump back on there. I posted a little flag thing last night because I do have my flag upside down. But it was a Nebraska Democrat that changed parties, and he spoke about when he, got into the legislation back in the 80s and 90s or whatever. He was for the Second Amendment and free speech. Basically, if he was that conservative Democrat back in the day, he might as well be, a conservative Republican today, because his views now are Republican views, not Democrat views. So there's another one that's swapped, that's jumped over the party lines, which God bless them. They're finally seeing the light. And again, I'm not saying that Republican Party is the end all fucking be all. I can't stand them either, because when they sit on their fucking hands. You got to hand it to these fucking Democrats. At least when they have the power, boy, they're fucking making moves left and right. Not the most fucking legal and ethical ones, but they're doing something. These Republicans, they sit there, they're like, I've said this before, they're like the neighbor's dog that's barking over the fence. You just tell them, shut the fuck up! And they shut up. They don't fucking ever do anything. That's the other problem we have, is we need better representatives that are motivated by the country and the people, not by their pockets and their portfolio through the fucking stock market, which should be illegal as well. That's like cooking. That'd be like, fucking NFL referees betting on football, which I'm sure they fucking do, which is unethical. And I'm assuming fucking illegal. But it's the same thing. They can rig the fucking. I mean, look at how many of these politicians moved their portfolios around the week before the 2 weeks to flatten the curve. We all remember that shit down. What did they know that we didn't know? Us dumb peasants out here in the working class world, right? Right? Joe Manchin left the Democrat Party and is calling himself an independent. I'll be damned. Brandon lost by 400 votes. It broke my heart. We have plenty of rhinos in Texas. Trash. Oh, are you kidding me? 400 fucking votes? Fuck. God bless it. Damn it. Some fucking, I mean, I guess that, I mean, you can kind of call that a win because if it got to that, got that close, that's an established piece of shit rhino that's been lining his pockets for God knows how long down there in Texas. And here Brandon comes out left field as a gun tuber and throws his hat in the ring, and he got that far to a runoff and only losing by 400 votes. We can look on the positive and say that was kind of a win, even though he didn't win. If you get what I'm saying. It had to be like this to wake the rest up. Find your calm in the storm. Trust the plan. God wins. Yes, sir, Todd. I appreciate you. Like you said before, Trump's playing chess. Trump is playing chess, not checkers, I hope. As long as they don't cheat. Hillary Clinton, that's the cackling lady you're talking. No, not Hillary. Fucking Camel Toe. Matthew, Camel Toe is a cackling one. Hillary's a cackling bitch too, but she's what's she doing? She just some dumb fucking network will have her on to give her, like we need to hear her fucking opinion about Donald Trump whatsoever. And I find it oddly hilarious that, she can complain and bitch and whine about how the election was stolen from her in 2016. And that's fine. But if Donald Trump says that the election was stolen from him in 2020, there's something illegal about that, and we have to drum up some charges. You're not allowed to complain about that. If a Republican loses, oh no. Or at least someone that's party loses, not allowed to say shit. Democracy is fucking asshole deep to a 6-foot American. Yeah, Salman. I was talking about Camel Toe. I wonder if Trump, as president, could write an executive order for term limits. Way cooler if he did, Kim, because what's he got to lose? He's going to be done. I liked Vivek's idea, which he spelled that out on the Sean Ryan podcast, I believe it was last week, that if the pieces of shit that are in now were to vote on term limits, that they would be grandfathered in. So as soon as they give up their seat, the next person to take their seat has the term limit, if you all follow what I'm saying. So that way, the rhinos and the piece of shit Democrats and all these fucking career politicians would have no skin in the game, but the next person would. Because eventually, they're going to die. They can't be there forever. What was it Feinstein or whatever? They damn near drug her dead carcass out of the place, for God's sakes. She stayed there, so God bless it long. So, grandfather the fucking psychos and the pedophiles and the assholes that are in now, and then when they leave their seat, the next fella or fella that walks in there, they have term limits. Bingo. I think the president should have 6 years straight. That's it. You're done. That way, come year 3 of their presidency, they're not concentrating on re-election and all this other bullshit. They can give their all, whether or not it's good or fucking bad, unfortunately, but they get 6 years. That's it. Senators, House Representatives, 8 years. You're done. Goodbye. Next. Moving on. Constant fucking recycle. And I don't think they should make any more money than what their constituents make in their state. They should average what their constituents make in their state, and that's what you get. That's how much money you make as a state senator. To hold that seat from that state, you make what that state makes. So that way it would motivate your ass to make your state fucking better and not a shithole. Just saying. Those are my ideas. I'm just a dumb carpenter out in a shed that's been decorated by most of y'all, which I appreciate you. Would just, I'm out here spitting ideas, spitballing. There we go. The door is open now to prosecute past presidents. Well, I tell you what, then let's start racking them up, Jackie. Where's Bill Clinton? Where's Obama? Where's fucking Big Daddy Bush is dead as hell, burning in hell, that fucktard. Oh, where's Little Bush? They're all guilty of something, I guarantee. God bless it. Yeah, Mitch McConnell, 82. He's had, 2 meltdowns on television, Matthew? Just fucking got to hit the fucking reset button. Go away. You got to have great grandkids by now, guy. What are you doing? Holy shit. I don't know about ties to George Soros, Todd. I don't know if Vivek has ties to George. I mean, I've watched him I've tried to catch everything that he's been on, and I'm telling you, his story has never changed. He's never flip-flopped on nothing, and he's never rolled back on a statement that he said. And like you just said, you gotta believe, right? I mean, where are we going after Donnie's done? I'm not saying Vivek is the answer after Donald Trump's done, but I'm just saying we need more people like Vivek. At least he's talking the talk. Give him a chance to walk the fucking walk. Give him enough fucking rope to hang himself. Because right now we see what George Soros backed cocksuckers fucking do. They go after, that's the fucking DA from New York. That's how he got elected. George Soros fucking money. He's trying to kill the guy. I don't see Vivek trying to do that. I mean, if he was George Soros backed, we would see an agenda, I think, by now. Unless they're playing the real fucking long game, which, again, I don't know. All they did was make Trump stronger. Hell yeah, Randy, they did. We didn't want Biden for 6 hours, but WHE5. I don't know what that's all about there. Spliff one. Nick Freitas for VP. I don't know. Remember Feinstein quote, "Oh, do you want me to vote now? How do you want me to vote?" Yeah, David, yeah. And then one of her handlers behind her, vote yay, ma'am. Vote yes. Fucking joke. I think 100% of the government should go home and write a one-page essay on why they should be hired back. Well, remember, a lot of these motherfuckers in November that are begging you to have their job back wanted you to have fucking working papers from the vaccine not too long ago and a passport and wanted you fired. Some of them want us in quarantine camps. Let's all remember down there. I don't forget that fucking bullshit. That's when it all fucking started. Really started for me. Was during that garbage. So let's remember down all those politicians that wanted that for us when we go to vote in November for our House and Senate representatives. Vivek was a millionaire. He cashed out on, it wasn't the drug company. He cashed out on another one. They like to say it was the drug company, but it's not. He doesn't have as much money as some people think he does. I don't believe. Past president won't happen. This is all for the headlines. We knew this was coming. Yep. Yeah. They're not gonna drag in fucking Bill Clinton's fucking dead ass carcass. We'll never see Hillary hang. We'll never get the justice that those of us in this conversation want. No way. They have plans for 50 years. Oh, I wouldn't doubt it, Todd. I mean, look at the World Economic Forum and the WHO. Speaking of that, I mean, we had a little win there the other week. I don't know if you guys heard about that. How the plan, what was it? The pandemic, the WHO's pandemic plan failed, and somehow America did not sign on to that deal. I can't remember the specifics of what it was called and all that. I'm sure some of y'all will figure out what I'm talking about. But they basically in the event of another pandemic, the WHO would have control basically of sovereign governments. And there's luckily, God willing, luckily there's a handful of countries that said, fuck you, we're not doing that. Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Fuck yeah, Connie. She's doing great things out there. Where the hell is she at? What state is she in? Arkansas? Arkansas. She's doing great things in Arkansas. I love her. She's awesome. I heard that last night, Tom Hall, that Jesus was convicted in a sham trial as well. And I still follow him. Yep. You're damn straight, brother. Hell yeah. Yep, 2 justice systems. Doesn't leave one with faith in the system. Nope. Biden said no to the WHO. Yeah, which is astounding. I could not believe that. I thought that was going to be a slam dunk. I was pretty sure that he was going to sign on to that deal, but thank God somehow, some way, that they fucking didn't. Evidently, they probably looked in the long game and figured if the WHO was to take over, that they wouldn't be able to make any money. They probably wouldn't be able to backdoor anything. They couldn't, that it wouldn't advantage them at all. That's the word I'm looking for. Posted this video: 1 bill, 1 vote, term limits, no travel expenses. We have Zoom, medium pay for your district, and one more I can't remember. Yeah. All of that, Jason. All of that. Please and thank you. Yes, make all that happen. Trump is God's David and David slew Goliath. I hope so, Logpile. I really do. I mean, he's just a man. Obviously, he's flawed. Yeah. He paid a porn star off to keep her fucking mouth shut. I mean, I can remember as a kid seeing him on TV. We all knew he's like a Playboy gigolo type guy from back in the day in New York City. So yeah, the guy's gonna have some skeletons in his closet, and he didn't want that shit coming out because he didn't need any more fucking problems. But did he use campaign money to pay her? Are you telling me that a billionaire couldn't write a check for 130 grand out of the right account? I'm thinking, this doesn't add up so good. So it's a clerical error. And again, it's only the statute of limitations was only good for 2 years in New York State. That's state law, not federal. It's not a federal case, it's a state case. But even though we had some federal prosecutor that left the DOJ to go help out the Manhattan DA office. Because they needed help, right? Holy shit. I think Kash Patel would make a great attorney general. Kash Patel? Not familiar with that person, Betty, because I don't know if that's a he or a she. I don't want to gender no one, but I don't think I've ever heard of Kash Patel. Let's get this shit started. Where you been, Albert? We get it started. I've been here for an hour and a half, bud. Where the hell you been? Working? What the hell? Wasn't it the lawyer who paid the whore off? I think it was Jack. I think he was the one that got in trouble. But I can't remember his fucking name either. It's so... that case by itself, there's so many twisted, moving parts to it that I can't wrap my fucking pea brain around it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was trying to investigate shit last night after I got off the little live that I did out in the shop with you guys, because I'm like, make me understand what is going on here. I mean, I know it's bullshit because, obviously we all know the judge is fucking bought and paid for. The DAs are all bought and paid for. The 12 jurors are from New York City. Even if they weren't fucking Biden supporters, I'm sure they don't have a great rapport about Trump because they've been told that shit. They can't think for themselves, and they didn't get all the information that they needed, last I heard. So and they make it complicated on purpose. So that way when they go on television, they spew their garbage. It sounds like they're intelligent and what they're doing is righteous, which we all know is not. I want Brandon Herrera for for POTUS and Nick the Fat Electrician for press. Now, Nick the Fat Electrician for press secretary, yes. That dude, get him wound up on communism. I fucking love that guy. Plus, as far as historian goes, I've learned more about American history watching that channel. For those of you who don't know who me and Josh Wellner are talking about, look up the Fat Electrician on YouTube. If you want the down and dirty on a lot of American history, like World War I, II, Korean War, Vietnam, you know, he highlights badasses from the wars and shit, you know, American soldiers, Navy men, seamen, airmen, fucking cool fucking stories. I mean, he had one from way back in the Revolutionary War about this one dude from Boston that was literally the guy that said, you know, the old man standing on his grass, get off my lawn. That video was fucking great, and I never knew that shit. Never knew that shit. I learned more stuff from that dude. Again, sometimes, you know, the YouTube, because again, we didn't get, I mean, I'm a Gen Xer, I'm a 75 model. I didn't get taught real American history when I was in school. I didn't get taught anything about the Bill of Rights, you know, the Constitution. They didn't want us to know that stuff on purpose. I got taught communism in history class for I don't know how long. It was the most boring. Yeah, knowing about communism is probably a good thing because no one comes out of it alive most of the time. But I kept on asking the teacher, when are we going to learn about American history? When are we going to talk about the Civil War? How about Vietnam? Oh, no. Even then, you know, I had little glints and hints of like, you know, something don't smell right here. How come we're not getting learned this stuff? This is important to me because I'm an American. I live here. Hello? And by that time, I'd already had, you know, I think I'd already signed the line. I was on the delayed entry program for the Army. So halfway through senior year, I already knew I was leaving for the Army. It's all done on purpose, everyone. It's all done on purpose. Also paid the Inquirer to not run a story. Was that Trump paid the Inquirer? Or is that somebody else, Jackie? Jimmy for press secretary. Talk that shit past the deer. Take that shit past the deer stand. I'm not that quick on my feet. I mean, I'm decent, but I'll stumble and mumble and that. And I don't know if they'd allow me to drink beers while I'm standing there answering questions to all these fucktards. That seems like an awful lot of pressure. Lions are not only strong, they are very calculating. Yes, and vicious. My 16-year-old says Fat Electrician is from Iowa. Roger that, Seth. Yes, Iowa boy. Oh, yeah. And he can shoot real good. Like, he's been on Demolition Ranch. He's been on Brandon Herrera's channel. I even think I think they all got together. So Kentucky Ballistics was, you know, all the the gun tubers were together. And then also, he's on Unsubscribe, which is on YouTube as well. It's a podcast. Some Black Rifle Coffee guys are on there, whatever. Fucking hilarious. They talk about shit. They got donut operators on there. And the Angry Cops is on there too, which he's from Rochester, New York. He's an actual real cop, which is hilarious. And I've actually seen him. He was a drill sergeant in the New York National Guard, and he had soldiers at my armory one time when I was at drill, and I actually seen him with his round brown on fucking screaming at privates. It was hilarious. When I was in school back in the late 70s, we watched Animal Farm, a cartoon on communism. Did anyone else watch this in school? I bet they don't show that in school anymore. Well, I tell you what, Lisa, I've never heard of it. And I'm a 75 model, graduated in 94. And I don't think I've ever heard of the cartoon Animal Farm that's about communism. Worth looking up. Actually, the next time the Grand Rats are over, I'll just find it on YouTube and I'll make them watch that. Appreciate the idea. Oh, man. Didn't watch Animal Farm in school, but I made my kids watch it. Hell yeah, Josh. I'm going to find that shit because all the Grand Rats are going to be here tomorrow. Please pray for my sanity. Like all of them with the middle daughter will be here tomorrow. Someone please pray for my sanity. I love them, but all at once, boy. My patience just goes rip to zero. Man. Appreciate it, Roger. Appreciate you. I mean, I'm just a guy out in the shed. Now, used to be on the barn, but now I'm in my shed. Michigan Farmer's an 88 model. I'll be dipped. I got you by a handful of years there, brother. Animal Farm. I am looking that up tomorrow. You're watching this. My friend's dad helped liberate Auschwitz. Rainbow Division. That was my division. He showed me the yearbook. They documented it all. That was an education you'd never get in school of the cremation ovens. You damn right, log pile. And actually, the Rainbow Division was my division. It's up there on the wall, right there. So it used to be a full rainbow back in World War I believe. It's the 42nd, and they lost half the division. So the guys that were left, this is the lore that we were told in the 42nd. So the guys that were left in the division tore their patches in half in honor of the half of the division that they had lost. That was the story that we were told. But yeah, definitely some real history there, bud. I know the fat plumber has retired from Local 33. I'm a 69 model, the year for all the cool cars. Hell yeah, Jack. 69, dude. 69, hell yeah. I love me a 69 Mach 1. I tell you what, I'd take one of them sons of bitches. When I took driver ed in the 70s, they showed films of car wrecks and the people in them. I remember classmates puking. That's when there was no give a fuck. That's awesome. They should show that now, Jack. I'm telling you. That's how soft we've gotten as a society. You know, we can't even show a little bit of blood and gore to scare the Jesus out of you. Make you fucking... I bet you that scared the shit out of you, right? So you weren't gonna fuck around behind the wheel. Got their point across. Now we gotta tiptoe through the tulips and call everyone by the right fucking pronouns to make sure we have a fucking cat litter box in the corner of the classroom because somebody identifies as a fucking furry. What the shit? That's how far we've fallen. It's great. But that's an awesome story, though. I probably would have had the shit scared out of me, too, if I seen that stuff. Oh, my Lord. And you had to take in your senior year, so forced to learn or not graduate. Oh, take government. I didn't have to take government. I'm 66. At least is a 66 model. Just so happens my car's a 65, so... You guys are aging well. Class of 72 in here. Jackie was a... Yeah. Nowadays, Joshua would be faces of death. They were watching it in school, for Christ's sakes. You're all kids. I'm a 56 model. Moses, my dad's a 55 sound, man. Thank ya. Class of 89. Todd's 64. Boy, we're all just aging ourselves this evening, aren't we? Oh shit. The boy just texted me something, but I don't know what the hell he said. I think the boy took off. The youngest one might have taken off. Does your mama know what you're watching, Jason? Yeah. Beer time. It's been beer time. Class of 75, Jack. That was the year I was born. Dang. Wait for it. Yeah. 2 in a row. I'll be dipped. Yeah, there it is. Oh, what else? What do we got going on? Class of 99. Damn, Betty Swain, class of 99. I got you by a couple of years, Betty Swain. 2 points, hell yeah. That was behind the back too, bud. On point. Target, ceasefire, driver back up. Beer time. Cha-ching. Mm-hmm. I got plenty more in the house, that's for dang sure. What time we got here? We got 20:36. We got about 30 minutes, y'all. I can't believe I haven't been taken away by mosquitoes yet. You guys got the door wide open. Sun isn't quite down yet. These glasses are they're handy, but they're too much. They're not my regular cheaters. So when a guy puts them on, it's like putting on 2 magnifying glasses and I take them off and I'm all tweaked out. Yeah. My first car was a Pontiac Tempest. Old lady's husband died. No bondo, perfect condition. But didn't run. $100. Only needed a spark plug. I'd take that son of a bitch now. Pontiac Tempest. That was the poor man's GTO, if I am remembering correct lie. Dang it. Kim Hayes' husband drove a 70 Barracuda. That was back when Mopar was Mopar. Now they're owned by some French company, and that's why they got rid of the friggin' Hellcat and all that shit. Now they have a Dodge Daytona that makes, engine noises from its electric motor. Ha! Gay! Jacquees' first car, 67 Chevy Bel Air. Where's that at now, Jacquee? Dang it. Yeah, you got it. Call, Ed. Yeah, Ed. You got it, Ed. Youth is wasted on the young. Isn't that something? My knees hurt, right? Back is hurt. Actually, I heard about some of the, I got, been using a new vendor for work, mostly because of the location. Those of you local folks might know, I'm out towards the big, great city of Auburn, and T&K Lumber Company is right down the road. So I'm using these guys for this project because of just the location. It's quicker, easier, whatever. And they had a couple of dudes deliver me some shit yesterday, and the homeowner knew the one big old black dude. I mean, guy had to be 6 foot something, whatever. I think he played college ball. I'm not, I don't know anything about college football, whatever. But he got talking about stem cell stuff going on, and he was getting some stem cells done. I guess there's a doctor in Auburn Orthopedic, Dr. Wong, for those of you local folks that, since we're talking about, age is wasted on, wasted on the youth or what have you. So those of us that might need a little, pick me up, I'm going to give those folks a call here one of these days and see if I can get an appointment. I don't know how much it's going to cost. Obviously, the VA's not going to spring for that shit. But, I love me some stem cells in my lower back where my L1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are herniated and bulging and all sorts of great shit. So that'd be neat. And maybe some in the kneecaps. And, might as well just give me in every fucking hinge I own. I'll take it. Poor man's had a 70 Challenger. Dang. Poor man's CUDA. My first car was a 63 Ford Fairlane, and I actually still have it. It's in the shed. Haven't ran it for 20 years, but it's up on blocks. Well, come on, Jack. Let's go. Get her out. Drag her out, bud. If you don't want it, I'll fucking take it. I got a motor and trans right now that can freaking slip right down in that bad girl and make her boot scoot and buggy down the road. Come on. Got a gauge cluster for a 54 Chev Bel Air that I got out of a box of parts off an auction. That'd probably worth some money. Craig Camp, my first is a 66 Chevelle. Still have it. Paid $850 for it and drove home in 1984. Damn! That's gotta be a sweet. I mean, I'm a Ford guy, but I do have a soft spot for Chevelles, not gonna lie. No cool fast cars for me, just big slow trucks. To each his own, man. Put her down 4 alone, hammer down the mud hole, come on. 86 K10 SWB 383 stroker, come out. SS Chevelle, yes. My dad had a pair of Chevelles when I was a kid. That's why I'm kind of partial to them. My dad always had cool GM cars when I was a kid, but always with Ford trucks. And now it's just Ford everything. I was at a 66 Charger and a 53 Stewed pickup. Dang. My sister had a blue 69 Fastback with hood pins. Nice. Got my driver's license on a 65 Ford Galaxy. Big old boat. Hell yeah, log pile. Barb twisted her ankle. Oh, well, you'll have that. I don't know if, you folks that may or may not be, well, if you watch farmers' videos, especially when he's disking, there's a plenty of rocks around this countryside. So if she was out and about in the fields, I wouldn't doubt she twisted her ankle. I got a boulder over here that I had Farmer bring over a couple years ago. The son of a bitch got to be I'm not joking. You know, let me get on the widescreen. This big around, he dropped. We got to sit next to the freaking pool for like, you know, for show. And that came out of one of his fields, massive. A lot of glacier activity here back in the day, I was told. That's why we have all the rocks. My mother had a station wagon with the wood on the sides. Before we bought our own cars, me and my twin, we beat the shit out of that thing. Old Woody wagon. Was it a real Woody, Connie, or was it that fake Woody shit from back in the day? Because there's a difference. They had to stick on fake wood, but then there was the real wood. A real wood is Woody is worth some bucks today. That was, yes. The animal never had a car, vans and Rams. He's not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Who's not seeing it? A friend of mine had a German-made 65 Mustang 289 4-speed car. German? Never heard of that before, Craig. He has a lot of rocks in the... Hell yeah, he's got a lot of rocks in the field, Craig. I mean, there was a couple summers that they emptied the... What's that piece he's got called the rock dog, I think, that picks up the rocks for him? The wife wanted rocks for the flower garden, so I'm like, yeah, just drop it right there. And holy shit, what a god-blessed mess I had in the yard. Can't believe I'm still alive. Yeah, no shit. I can say that about a lot of experiences that we've got. No. Anyway, anybody born, from, I'd say 1950 to like 1985, 90, probably have a lot of stories of I can't believe I'm still alive because long before the internet and cell phones and we'd take off on our bicycles, we'd be gone all freaking day, dark time come, get to my buddy's house and just call home, yeah, I am staying at Stevie's house tonight or whatever. There's none of this helicopter parenting shit. They're like, they're fine. Man, yeah. Switching gears here. Yeah. I mean, we can back it down a little bit, talk about cars and stuff and things. We ain't got to get wound up all damn night and all weekend. You can't stay, me and Farmer have said this numerous times, man. You can't stay in a negative headspace when it comes to American politics and all this other garbage. It's just, it'll rot your brain. 71 split bumper Camaro, those were the nice ones back in the day. Yep. Animal 71, born in 51, thought 18 was good. Yeah. So did I. Fun fact for those of you that don't know, part of the reason why I have the 65 Mustang Coupe is because that was not that particular car, but I had a 65 Mustang Coupe for my very first car. And like a dummy, I fucking traded it for a truck. Then I sold for a car. No. I traded the Mustang for an 86 F-150 that I needed for work. Then I traded that 86 F-150 for a 89 Pontiac Bonneville that I sold to my brother, and he gave me 10 $1 bills for it. He never was able to pay me, and then he drove to Florida and then never came back. So on a technicality, I sold my first car for 10 $1 bills. That one stings a little bit. I have pictures, so there's that. And I have the new car, so there we go. Everything's fine and dandy. It's all great. No problemo. Born in 60, lived through the 80s, and being a CB, yuppers, I'm glad I'm still around. Yeah, CB's, y'all did some crazy shit back in the day. Y'all built some crazy shit, that's for damn sure. I had a high school friend who died at 40. Instead of my high school buddies saying, can't believe he died so young, they said, can't believe he lived so long. Yeah, I got some buddies right now that I still can't believe are still around. Unfortunately, I've buried some folks too. Some people just can't hack it. They hit the button, check out. 67 Mercury Comet. Tom Wagner, 67 GTO, built for 104-speed Muncie, 411 posi rear, no power steering, no power brakes. Awesome. Hell, that was a car right there, Tom. That was a man's car back in the day. Oh, shit, no airbag. We die like men. No airbags, no nothing. Barb fell through the deck, rotten board. What? Cut for Where's the motion at the salon? Fell through a rotten. They know a carpenter that lives around the dang corner. What the hell? I'm gonna have to get. I have Barb's phone number, so I'm gonna text her tomorrow and see what the hell is going on with that. That's some bull jive. I know Farmer's got some stuff and things going on, but dang, you call a guy. Steve Borg, where you been, bud? Just about ready to shut her down. We're doing great. We talked all sorts of stuff and things, indictments, or not indictments, but Trump verdict garbage, and I think we've all had enough of politics for one evening, and I think it's probably best that we let this just set for a while, let it kind of play out, see what happens. I'm sure when there's some polling done here in the next handful of weeks, that we're going to see that this definitely didn't hurt Donald Trump in any way whatsoever. If anything, it's probably put his numbers through the fucking roof. And now the Democrats are really going to lose their shit. That's what I think. Oh, yeah. That'd be just like a 50 cal. It's all about headspace and timing. Yep. Trucking, 10-4. Burn it down, Steve. Burn it down, brother. Trump went up 6 points. Oh, I want to see double digits, Jack Wee. I want to see double digits, but that's still good. 6 points is quite a bit. Roger George had a 70 Dodge Charger 440. My dad gave me hell when my rear tires were bald with only 4,000 miles on them. Oh, the good old days. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I think Carl, Memorial Day special. Memorial Day was last weekend, Carl. What the hell? Well, evidently Carl's going live on the YouTube, so y'all check his shit out here, because I'm probably going to be signing off here in about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes or so. Appreciate it, Jack. I'll be having, yes, got some time on the cars or whatever. I gotta remember that cartoon. What was that cartoon again? Do I gotta scroll back a country mile? What was that communist cartoon that I gotta show my grandkids? Animal Farm. There we go. Animal Farm. Let me remember that down. Animal Farm. Animal Farm. Roger. And Kim never gave us the freaking RNC's fucking email address. Animal Farm. Roger. Got it written down. Well, you guys are on point, boy. Ding, 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 ding. What is the RNC's fucking email address so we can email these cocksuckers and talk shit? Got a call from a car warranty guy. Told him I had a 2004 Camel double hump model. He hung up on. I'll be damned, Craig. I can't believe he hung up on you. I usually tell him I got like a 76 Pinto and ask him if I can get a warranty on that. It's been a while since I've gotten a phone call, which is good. But yeah, does anyone have the RNC's email? Just go to RNC website and go to contact us. Roger that, Betty. Doing that. RNC website. Contact us. I suggest we all do that. Google that up, y'all. Google RNC, fill the form out, and leave a message. Roger. If anything, that's a little part that we can do. More voices heard. That's the only thing. That's basically, other than pick up arms. At this point, we're not ready to pick up arms, but boy, I tell you, day by day, we're getting closer. But at the moment right now, we don't need to, cross that threshold of no return. So let's make our voices heard and email these fucking assholes and let them know what we think. Rams and Harleys, hell yeah. I'm going to Google it, B-Rad. I'm going to Google it. I can't Google it now because I'm on both of my friggin', I got the tablet out over here and I got the phone over here. So I'm going to Google it later on and shit and things. Oh, I dropped my pencil, teacher. I dropped my pencil. All right, y'all. It's close to dang enough. I think we bitched enough and talked about stuff and things. Guy broke his personal best. We had over 200 folks in tonight. That was freaking cool. Dig that. Again, like I just said, I think we let things simmer for a little bit. Let's give it a couple weeks. We'll see where numbers at. Betty or Jack Wee, one of you two said he already went up 6 points, and that's only been what, barely 24 hours since the verdict came out. I only foresee that going up even more. Interested to see where they're going to be at in battleground states. To talk like a political analyst. Not really, but you know what I'm talking about. But maybe if a guy gets a wild one up his hind end, I'll do a little video on the car this weekend just to get you guys caught up on some stuff and things. Those of you that are on the face space or the Insta face or on with my page or whatever, I had pictures up of the back seat and some carpet in there that I gotta take back out. But I just want to see what it looked like. But I appreciate y'all hanging out this evening. We cracked 200. That was cool. I gotta call Farmer or Mrs. Farmer and see how her ankle's doing, and why they haven't called me to fix their deck. And I'm sure, I'll give you guys a heads up next time a guy wants to do some stuff and things. Look we only buffered once, and now the bugs are starting to come in. So, yeah. Hopefully, fingers and toes crossed, the guy gets his real, his new Wi-Fi machine that pumps out more Wi-Fi or something. So, I appreciate y'all coming out and conversating. We'll be talking to y'all real soon. So, you guys have a good weekend. We'll talk to you soon. See ya.